all the time. There's a lot of information in the pace notes, keeping out, keeping in, and so on, to avoid the rocks. So, yeah, you have to be.
And junction 3 plus left, 1.
Now, there was no mention of mud there from his co-driver's instructions. He also had no idea what tyre to choose this morning. It was simply guesswork and luck. Unfortunately for him, he chose the wrong one, taking the hardest option available for 68 Ks of stages. This left him with much reduced grip on these very slippery conditions.
And Nicky, that will cost him his overnight lead. Incredibly, he's almost a...
He had a fantastic 5th place in Greece, but it does not matter how good a driver you are in these changeable conditions. Remember, it was dry on his recce, but just watch as he sees a large puddle on the inside. Now he tries to drive around and gets caught out with the mud on the outside, over the bank, and rolls out of the rally. I've been in this position once or twice myself.
He made history. At 22, the youngest WRC driver to take a podium finish. But like his teammate Marco Martin, he's on the wrong tires.
Huomio, vaseneri jarru oikein tosi hidas aukee. 7. Pitkä vasen K. Jatkuu vasen serpo tiukka. 6. Oikein serpo tiukka. 8. Vasen K. 100. Lyhyt vasen serpo tiukka. Sisältä.
Faster than the Fords of Martin and Duval over stage 3. Even if Turkey's treacherous stages present the occasional... He has a flat tire, but still manages to be up in 4th place after stage 3. With a normal road tire, he'd have to stop and change the wheel. But that isn't the case in the World Rally Championship.
Oikee K pyöreä jatkaa. Oikee täys jatkaa. Pitkä vasen eri ja huomio. Puu oikee nopea älä. Vasen nopea serpo sisältä. Huomio 3. Oikee nopea miinus. Jatkaa oikee nopea serpo 4. Vasen eri.
Rovanperä is fastest on stage 4.
Nyppyn yli vasen eri miinus sisältä jatkaa. Pitkä oikea eri miinus kirraa.
Petter Solberg isn't struggling with tires, but rather with a water splash. The air vent in his Subaru is turning into a shower, a chance to cool off in Turkey's high temperatures. But the sheer weight of water has mangled the car's plastic and carbon fiber bodywork. So to prevent overheating, the engine management system is limiting his available power. Marco wants to find out the extent of the damage, and he's losing more time. Handling and traction, and he's having to change gear manually.
5 ja oikee hidas. Ja vasen täys 120.
But with a championship on the line, seeing his rivals in trouble is unlikely to dampen his spirits.
1:33.
Martin does get going again, but he loses more than 2.5 minutes on the stage. Gilles Panizzi is a victim of Turkey too. After what seemed a positive start for Mitsubishi, Lady Luck has turned against him. An electrical failure has stopped the car. Teammate Gigi Galli is another driver to battle the water splash, and the water splash won. He passes Panizzi and stops to help make repairs. Encouragement, though, for Duval's teammate, Marco Martin.
34 left.
He has had troubles galore. Another run-in with yet another water splash. An engine management sensor is damaged and the car is stalled. The making driving since that initial success.
If you look at this year, I would say he's the most improved driver in the championship. I felt really confident before the three rough rallies, the Cyprus, Greece and Turkey, that he could probably end up winning one of those events. Sadly, his Cyprus rally went wrong for him very early on. But, you know, with his experience on this event last year, I think, you know, and the start number that he has on the rally, he's going to be in a very good position, I think, to challenge.
Stages. He's only 6.9 seconds ahead of Duval. He's already slower and has lost fourth place to the Ford. 11.3 seconds. That Petter Solberg had water splash-induced problems at the end of day one, falling behind the leading pair, and now his third place is under threat.
Early 6 right plus. Early 6 left, opens, keep in, never crashed. 18. Short 5 right half long, keep in, never crashed.
To extend it. Remember, he's 7.5 seconds ahead of Gronholm, and his time looks good. 8.8 seconds quicker. He's doubled his lead. Slide earlier in the stage.
75, léger droite sur gauche 120. Gauche 120 pour léger droite gauche à fond. Et frein 50.
Oh, there, he's hit a rock at the apex of the corner. But even so, Loeb is still out front and in control. Or maybe not. He stalled at the start. Not an ideal way to defend his lead on the longest stage of the rally. But those rocks littering the stages are making life difficult. And this, as well as that problem at the start, is costing Loeb time. He's slower than Gronholm, but by how much? 13.2 seconds, and add that to a 10-second time penalty for supposedly jumping the behind Solberg, but he's having trouble. His frustration is plain to see. It's the transmission and a huge disappointment.
Long droite 40, tenir. Pour gauche, ferme 40 et 3. Ferme 40 et 3.
Gained fourth place. His Citroën, as well as Loeb's, is having trouble with the launch control.
Para izquierda, buena marca con la tierra, Sazar. Para derecha, buena marca con la tierra, poco. Para izquierda, cae cuarto de tierra y ras. Para derecha, calenta, se cierra. 1. Menos 11 sobre Duval. Derecha, sí, derecha rápida menos para 1. Vámonos por Solberg que nos llevaba 6. Izquierda rápida, ojo corta para 1. Derecha buena más en quinta, se izquierda con fe. Para izquierda rápida, ojo corta, 2 veces se abre. Acaba izquierda rápida menos para lo corto. Derecha, cae en cuarta, se cierra. 1. Rasante izquierda cae en cuarta, poco tarde para 1 corto frenando. Derecha buena para 1 corto. 1 corto frenando, derecha buena para 1 corto. Izquierda buena, se cierra. Para derecha acá, 2.
With driving like that, even with the stall at the start, Sainz takes fourth from Duval's transmission problem. All he can do is lock the differentials and try his best. But he's lost a lot of very strong performance, leapfrogging not just Duval, but Sainz too, taking fourth place. In the lead is Rovanpera's teammate Marcus Gronholm.
Oikealle 5 ja vasen nopea kivi sisällä suppuu.
He's got just a 2.5-second advantage over Loeb. It's a crucial stage, and Gronholm is eager to extend his lead.
Mitä? Se tapahtuu. Tuli perseeseen jotain läpi. Ai